west of here over to Santa Ana, and then go about 10 miles south of there. It's exactly where it was. And anyone who has the opportunity to take their daughter out and share some experience with their kid on the land, connecting with nature, you understand what it means to be connected not only to the soul and soil of Texas, but also what it means to raise the next generation along the right pathway. And my daughter was so disappointed she couldn't join here with me today, but I told her no excuses getting out of school. She had to stay in school today. Well, I wanted to be here to visit with you about several things, but first, and probably the most important thing I wanted to visit with you about, is to look each of you in the eye and to thank you for taking time to come and be here. I know that it's hot outside. I can tell it's kind of hot inside. But where we really need it to be burning is inside our hearts, yearning for the liberty that is being threatened and challenged so much today.
That's right.
There's a reality, and that is that democracy requires vigilance.
Right. That's right.
And if we patriots are going to fight back and ensure this state and country remain on the right track, we must remain vigilant.
Keep older Eric Holder out.
I got a lot to say about Eric Holder today. But there's another reason, because Eric Holder's boss, Barack Obama, is focused on turning Texas blue. Barack Obama sent his national campaign director to the state of Texas for the purpose of converting Texas into California-style politics, which is the last thing that we need.
Right. That's right.
Well, he's picking on the wrong state.
That's right.
Because they call this battleground Texas.
Right.
And what he forgot is that Texas was already a battleground in fighting for our independence. And where the first shot was fired for independence, there was a flag that was raised. And on that flag was a message that we send once again today. And that message was, come and take it. And that's our message to the Barack Obama team, and they're going to try to come and take Texas. Earlier this week, I was at an event like this, and a woman came up to me, kind of surprised, because she said that she saw me on Fox News this last Sunday, and didn't realize at the time when she was watching me on TV that I was in a wheelchair. And so I told her what happened, and I realized that maybe not everyone really knows what happened. I was living in Houston at the time. This is back in 1984. And one day, I went out for a jog. And while I was out jogging, a big oak tree crashed down on me in my back. And it fractured my vertebrae and my spinal cord, leaving me forever paralyzed. Well, I began piecing my life back together when the doctors pieced my vertebrae back together, and they inserted 2 steel rods into my back to hold my vertebrae in place. And those steel rods will remain in my back for the rest of my life. And when you think about it, you know there are some politicians who tell you they have a spine of steel. Well, I really do have a steel spine that I will use to fight for you and your families every single day. Well, listen, this fight for our liberty is more important now than it has ever been.
That's right.
We're facing unprecedented challenges to our liberty from our own federal government. We're seeing increasing in the size of government, growing too large, digging too deep into your lives, and taking too much of your money. We're seeing our debt running deeper and deeper and deeper with no clear pathway out of the ongoing spending. And we have a federal government that has misled the citizens of this country into thinking that our border is secure. Well, I've been fighting many of these battles over the past few years. And going back to your comment, in those battles, I have sued Barack Obama and his administration 28 times.
That's not enough.
It's not enough. We got more where that came from. Now, I did not invent that phrase, "don't mess with Texas," but I have applied it more than anybody else has.
That's great.
One of those lawsuits was in defense of the 10th Amendment. You know, I know the 10th Amendment, I know the Second Amendment, and I know that they are not suggestions, they are guaranteed rights. And we asserted your right under the 10th Amendment in my lawsuit challenging Obamacare. The very day the President signed Obamacare into law, I went to court to file that lawsuit against him because I knew at that time Obamacare was not only unconstitutional, but I knew the economic havoc that it would create in this country.
Right.
And now we are seeing that havoc. We're seeing employers like the Lemons face challenges with regard to being able to hire people. Small businesses across the state and across the country face challenges. You're seeing hourly workers have their hours cut. Some are going without health care insurance. The cost of health care insurance is going up, and the access to it is going down. And while all this is happening, we see a president who's not working on trying to solve the problem. Instead, President Obama is working to try to find special breaks he can give to employees of the federal government so they don't have to deal with Obamacare like the rest of us have to deal with Obamacare.
Right.
And my attitude is, if congressional employees and IRS employees